last night. Got some good stuff. Really good stuff. It was definitely worth the trip. All this paint, which is kind of junk paint, but I'm sure I'll use it for something. Paint is kind of expensive. But check out all these maple boards I got. Beautiful. Okay, it's going to be hard to get this out of here. But these beautiful maple boards. This one looks kind of more like an ambrosia maple. There's some big, thick maple boards there. And I found these. These were in the trash in a flooring place in their dumpster. Some big, it's a pretty thick board. It's like, I don't know, maybe, I want to say it's like 6/4. But then I got, sorry, I gotta weed through all this. I got all these little pieces. So these are all cabinet cutoffs. So you're looking at cherry, maple, walnut, some oak in there. So then I got some of this too, and I think it's maple. It looks like it came off of a pallet. This stuff is hard as a rock. This is harder than any maple that I've worked with. I smacked them together as hard as I could, and I couldn't dent the thing. And maybe that's a little bit of time speaking, since they were pallet wood, it looks like. But this stuff, once it's cleaned up, I bet this stuff is going to look awesome. One of these in here is spalted. It has spalting all down the whole side of it. I was trying to find it, but I don't know if I'll be able to in all this. But yeah, some crazy looking grain. I'm not even sure what kind of wood that is. So I also got down here, this metal piece is a color template holder. You can see the little pegs for paint shops and cabinet shops and stuff like that, so they can do the little swatches. Got some foam here, which is always good for packing, since I also have an eBay store. I found some air cleaners, or air filters, which is one of the first things I found that are now crushed, but I'm sure they'll be fine. Just some beautiful, I can't believe somebody's throwing away those maple pieces. You'd think somebody at the shop would grab those real quick, because they aren't exactly expensive, but they aren't exactly cheap. And just some pine boards under there. These walnut sticks are about 5 feet long, so those are good finds. They're premium quality too. That's the good thing about getting stuff from all these shops, is this stuff is all premium cuts. It came from a mill where they got first or second service. So it's not like when it comes down to the big box store and you get the leftover junk. This stuff is all premium. $8 for this. It's a little tiny shop vac, which for this shop is going to be perfect. Then I don't have to have a big vacuum in here. I've been modifying house vacuums to work in the shop for a few years now, because I need dust collection sometimes. This guy ought to do the trick. Yeah, it's on. That was throwing these away, and the buckets are like maybe a third of the way full with these nuts and bolts, so that's a pretty good little find. I just got a welder recently, so might make some of those trendy little welded bolt guys and dogs and whatever else just for some practice. Saws. This one at the thrift store was like $8. It's in really good shape. It's probably only been used a couple times. Looks like it's got some water splattered on it and caused a little bit of rusting, but I can get that out easy enough. And this one is a nicer saw. It's a Diston saw, and this one, believe it or not, was at, I think, a swap meet or something. I don't remember exactly where it was. It was $3 though. So we'll have to clean this up and maybe do a restore video on it, but it's a nice saw there. And it's melamine. They're 4x6. I got 12 sheets, so do the math on that. About 75 pounds a piece, and I had to get them out of an 8-foot dumpster from nearly the bottom. So got my workout last night.